You know that feeling, don't you? The burn in your muscles, that fog in your brain, the heavy, sinking weight in your chest when you've given absolutely everything and it's still not enough? That moment when every single part of you is just screaming, quit. But what if that feeling isn't the end? I mean, what if it's not a stop sign at all, but the actual beginning? That's what we're going to dive into. We're going to look at how to reframe that struggle by exploring the architecture of, well, of you, and how discipline is actually the blueprint. I think that's the real question, isn't it? If we're trying to get better, trying to be stronger or smarter, why does the whole process feel so much like you're just breaking down? Let's unpack that with a story. So let's meet Arjun. We see him here at the gym, but honestly, he could be anywhere. In an office staring at a screen, in a studio, in front of a totally blank page. His lungs feel like they're on fire. His head is absolutely pounding. And that weight he's trying to lift, it feels completely impossible. Every single part of his body, every part of his mind is just yelling at him to stop. And see, this isn't a new feeling for him. This is the exact same loop he's been trapped in for weeks now. He'll start with this big burst of motivation, he pushes himself really hard for a couple of days, and then, bam, he hits this same wall. The progress just grinds to a halt. The frustration starts to build, and he tries again. That's the word for it, right? Stuck. It's like running as fast as you possibly can, but the scenery around you never, ever changes. He's putting in all the work, he's sweating, he's totally exhausted, but he's not actually going anywhere. He is just completely and utterly stuck. And that's when it happens. The weight just crashes to the floor. And it's not just that he's physically tired anymore. This is a deep emotional surrender. There's a voice inside him that just says, enough. I can't do this anymore. This is the breaking point. And in the silence that follows that crash, everything just stops. The noise in his head, the fire in his muscles, the frantic pace of his own thoughts. There's just stillness. It's in that quiet moment that an old man Arjun has seen around the gym before. You know, the kind of guy who always moves with this slow, deliberate strength. He walks over. He doesn't give him some big pep talk. He just sits nearby and speaks, very softly. And with just that one sentence, everything starts to shift. The mentor suggesting that this pain Arjun is feeling, it's not a signal to stop. No. It's actually the price you have to pay just to get in the door of real, meaningful change. So Arjun is just sitting there, totally confused, and he looks at the man. And the mentor starts to explain what's really going on. But he starts with something totally unexpected: architecture. He tells Arjun, you think of discipline as some kind of punishment, as forcing yourself to do things you hate. But that's not it at all. Discipline, it's creative. It's an art form. And you are both the sculptor and the marble. I mean, what a brilliant way to put it. Seriously, think about a construction site for a second. It's loud, right? It's messy, it's chaotic. Old stuff has to get torn down just to make way for the new foundation. That chaos, that mess, that discomfort, that's not failure. That is literally the sound of progress. Then the mentor breaks it down even more. He explains that all real growth involves three necessary kinds of pain. First, there's the pain of resistance. That's you fighting against your old comfortable habits. Second, the pain of repetition, doing that hard new thing over and over and over. And finally, the pain of release, which is all about letting go of the old version of yourself. And this right here, this is the crucial part. That feeling of struggle, the very thing that made Arjun want to quit, it was never a warning sign. It was actually a compass. It was proof that he was finally pushing against the current of his old self, and that creates friction. That creates change. And then, the mentor delivers the most important line of all. He looks Arjun right in the eye and explains that in every single one of those moments of resistance, we are faced with a very simple but incredibly profound choice. See, what you want now is almost always the easy thing. It's the comfort of quitting. It's the distraction of just scrolling on your phone. But what you want most, that's different. That's the strength, the growth, the person you're actually trying to build. And discipline? Well, discipline is simply the act of making that choice again and again and again. So, as the mentor walks away, Arjun doesn't jump up and grab the weights again. He just sits there for a minute, thinking. The exhaustion is still there, for sure, but that feeling of despair, it's gone. And in its place is this
this quiet clarity. He gets it now. The choice is his.
And really, this is what it all boils down to. The burn in your muscles, it fades. The mental fatigue, it passes. But the feeling of looking back a year from now and realizing you're in the exact same spot you are today, now that's a pain that sticks around.
So the question really isn't for Arjun anymore, is it? It's for you. The next time you're in that moment of resistance, when every single part of you is telling you to stop, what are you going to choose? What you want now or what you want most?